All right, I'm being told that we have to wait on one of the other maps that is yet to finish. So I'm going to continue to have the hold music. I'm going to try to set up just kind of some placeholder stuff, so bear with me for just a second here. Alright, should be going live here in just a few minutes. Looks like map 1 of this best of 3 is going to be Mirage. I don't have what the other 2 maps are going to be just yet. I'll see if I can track that information down. I'm going to go ahead and mute back out, as I think we still need a couple more players to join the server, and then we should be getting started again. I've just been informed that the map pool should be Mirage, Inferno, and the Decider on Overpass. So that should be the map pool. Again, we should be getting started here in just a second. I think everybody's in the server, just waiting on the teams to ready up. We'll be going live. Alright, I'm back. I just realized that I might not have been muting my mic out, so you guys probably heard me texting, receiving messages, or breathing into my microphone, because when I look down, that's kind of what happens. But it looks like the admin is getting this all squared away. We should be going live for knife round, I think, in just a second. Both teams mentioned to the admin that they are ready. And this is, I believe, the lower bracket, so this is likely an elimination match. It is a best of 3. And we are live in the knife round. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Should be a good match. We were able to just cast the Melty match, so I'm somewhat familiar with a little bit of those players. Not so much with the players on CM Storm, so please keep that in mind and be gentle in your insults and feedback. somebody just threw a Glock. That was awesome. that was fairly low thrill for the amount of time that it took, but appreciate Torka making me laugh there. See the players' names. Svelty, Torka, Mitsu, Julia, and Saku for Melty Esports Club. Oh boy, that first name for CM Storm. Someone in the chat, hopefully you can help me with that one. I don't know if this was supposed to be Clive? I'm not sure. Someone needs to help me with that. Shifty, Julie, Faith, and Queen. And we are live. So Melty will be starting the T side of Mirage. Again, this is a best of 3 series in the lower bracket of this NiP event. Looks like we're going to see a different execute than what we saw out of Melty last time, just an hour or so ago when we watched them play on Mirage. This will be kind of the standard A execute. We'll see a smoke on jungle, smoke on stairs, probably a flash over, and then they're going to be exploding onto the site. We do see the first kill come in from, I think that might be Kelly. So we're going to go with Kelly for now. As Julia is going to get the response. 2 players are pushing for the T's all the way to CT spawn. Meanwhile, Queen is actually rotated from the jungle. He's able to get a kill near the triple box and try to flank the players that were in CT. Saku with the Tech 9 did a lot of work in the last match when we saw her use it. Actually, the T's are actually going to smoke CT. Julia is here posted, waiting for Faith to come around the corner. We'll take Faith down. The bomb still has not been planted, as Shifty is the last CT remaining. And Shifty will go down to Saku. So first round's going to go in the direction of Melty. Kelly V is how it should be pronounced. All right, appreciate that. Thank you very much, Lita and Sally. So what we saw out of Melty in the previous matches, they won a lot of pistols and then lost the second round. They got ecoed a lot, so hopefully that's not what happens to them in this particular match, but we do see them go full execute, full commit onto bomb site A. And Julie's able to take down one, and Queen is able to take down one as well, so this is actually even trade so far. Shifty has a shotgun and is at CT. He's going to take a couple shots through the smoke. Heard the bomb start to get planted, not able to do any damage there. But all 6 players remaining have weapons they can get some decent frags with. There's no pistols being used primarily here, as the bomb has been planted. Post-plant, we see, looks like Mitsu's going to take down Shifty. Saku is actually tucked at the firebox with very low HP, as Julia's going to be able to take down one. Storm's actually going to get one with the UMP, but Saku will finish Faith off, and 2 players survived the round. Both actually, I think it was Saku was able to pick up a Galil at the end of the round there. So not too bad, a little bit more deaths than you'd probably want in an eco round, but they are able to win that. It's 2-0 now the score, and we're going to see a full save come out from CM Storm with just USPs on the round. And we're going to see, looks like they're eventually going to hit towards B, just based on early positioning coming out of Melty. We see 2 players, everybody actually for Melty is playing super passive, but they have no control over A, neither ramp nor palace. And one of the CTs is actually just pushed into palace, so they have enough information and map control that they might want to rotate over towards mid or B, see if they can get an early stack on this eco round. See a couple of smokes come out. Saw this a lot in the last time I watched Melty play this match. They like to smoke up window. They like to smoke at the top of the connector. And then they like to smoke the bottom of the connector for people in it. As Faith's going to take a challenge against Mitsu and is actually going to come out on top. Meanwhile, Shifty was able to take down Svelty. And the USPs are doing work. Shifty is going to get a second and almost going to get a third. As Julia and Saku are going to combine to get a kill there. So Shifty doing excellent work with just a USP on the round. And just like that, it's a 4-on-2. Faith has picked up an AK-47. And both T's are trapped in the ladder room as Julie's going to lay down the smackdown with a USP headshot on the Saku. And Julia is going to take down Julie and is the sole terrorist surviving with 3 HP, does have the bomb, is actually going to jump across and not get hit by Faith, who again did find an AK early in the round, and Kelly V is going to take down Julia. So Melty was able to survive that first round, but they do get ecoed on the second. Unfortunately, we had a player hopefully crash that will reconnect soon, so we are going to see a pause. And this is very much so what we saw out of Melty in the last couple matches. Yep, we're being told Julie crashed. Okay, we saw that out of the last couple matches where Melty wins pistol. This time they actually won the second round and lost the third. And again, Julie crashed, so we're going to be in a pause here. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. Julie is back. Welcome back, Julie. Julie, the only one not following the team standards. I don't know what this is. Let's see. It is a bird. It is a bird for Julie. And they're ready. They have to unpause is the command. Okay, one of them did it. The other team has to do it now. We'll be back into the round. We are going to see a buy come up because Melty did win that second round. They should have a decent amount of money to spend here. And we're actually going to see an AWP and a Galil, a MAC-10, and then 2 pistols. And on the CT side, we're going to see all rifles. We actually have a Galil that was saved from the round prior, as well as an AK on the CTs here. So 2-1 score. Melty is leading early here against CM Storm on Mirage. And we see all 5 of the T's immediately going to go towards A. And Saku's going to lead the way with the AWP. Saku did a lot of work on the other best of 3. I was able to cast earlier. Was very, very solid with the AWP and is going to continue that. The headshot kill on a Julie who was peeking from the stairs. And off of that kill, that looks like the T's were keying. If they got that kill, we're going to execute because that looks like what they're doing. Felty's not going to be able to take down Kelly V, who gets 2 kills of her own. A flashbang's going to come out, allow Queen to get 1, Queen to get 2. And Saku is the sole T surviving, again with the AWP, was in Palace, and might want to think better of trying to take on this 1v4. She is falling back, heading towards T spawn. And with 45 seconds in the round, the CTs could absolutely hunt here and try to take down that AWP. And they should be aware that this was the player with the AWP. Looks like Queen is wrapping all the way around. Shifty's going to throw a flash over the top. Oh, the shadow should be seen there. Saku is going to see the shadow at the last second. It's going to get the kill on a Shifty, but should be getting flanked in just a second here. It looks like Faith is going to push, and Kelly V is also going to push. Kelly V finishes with a 3K on the round and is able to save the AWP for her team. 2-2, tie score. Being told that Julie is a stand-in, which is why she has a bird avatar. Thanks for the update, appreciate that. And we're gonna see pretty much a full eco come out for a Melty here, just a couple pistols, and we see Queen picks up the AWP that was saved last round. Actually, Julie also has an AWP, so this is a double AWP setup for the CTs. And we see fast mid control being taken by the T's. They're going to smoke windows, smoke catwalk, and then they're going to challenge immediately through the connector. And they're going to get dropped by Storm. Kelly V's going to get 1. Julie's going to get another. Queen's going to respond with another AWP kill, make that 2. And unfortunately for the CTs, they showed their double AWP setup pretty early, and it was on an eco round, so the T's should know that that's the case. Sometimes a good way to key off that is to try to get close and play something aggressive, something like a B rush. Usually, if you have if you have 2 AWPs on this map, it's pretty common to see them, one towards A at the ticket and one middle that rotates. Although it is at times possible you see one, which we might see here. Let's see if we can spot. Nope, Queen and Julie are going to do what I just said. One window, one connector. Sometimes you'll see them walk up and play aggressive in the halls, but that doesn't look to be the case here on round 6. 3-2 now the score. CM Storm is ahead. And we're going to see again mid control being taken as Mitsu's going to take a challenge onto Julie in the connector. Julie will go down, but Julie and Queen were actually cross-firing with AWPs in the connector, which is pretty interesting to see. And Queen is able to take down one, but Julie is going to get a kill on a catwalk. And it looks like Saku knows that Queen is still in this area here, and she looks like she's trying to take a peek. Torka, meanwhile, has worked her way out on the platform through the smoke. Is going to get a kill on a Kelly V, and knows that Queen is probably still in the area of jungle. Queen is actually going to get a kill on a Julie. Julia with the headshot. It's almost going to knife Saku. That was uncomfortable. And Fate's going to peek from catwalk. Saku's going to get the kill there. And will probably be able to save herself an op. That's exactly what she will do. And then tie score again, 3-3. And interesting that we're gonna see a save on the CTs. There's actually a couple players that were like 5K plus. Yeah, this is a interesting save, but they might feel that they need that double up setup. But we're gonna see early aggression from the CTs as they're rushing middle. Storm, Queen is gonna storm up middle, gonna be able to take down one, gonna be able to take down a second, and is actually gonna combine with Faith to take down a third. So great start to this eco round coming out for CM Storm. They're gonna take 3 guns down. They're gonna be able to recover an AK and a Galil. Faith is actually playing pretty close here. That flashbang's going to go right in the direction of Mitsu. Torka is going to peek. Faith has been spotted. We're going to see Amali's going to probably force her out or up the ladder as Mitsu's going to get 1. Mitsu's going to get 2, and just like that, we're back to a 2v2. The bomb is at middle. CTs do have control of that, as Kelly V and Queen are both close by. And Torka is going to be able to get a headshot on the Queen, and Mitsu's going to get a headshot on a Kelly V. So what started off as a very good eco round looked like it was going to be a 4v2, with the CM Storm might be able to put that in their favor. Was quickly responded to in the last two remaining Ts, who end up finishing the job in a 2v4. Nicely done there. And that same kind of mid-aggression is actually how Melty got ecoed in the last best of 3. They had a hard time. Anytime the CTs put a lot of pressure at middle, they like to run this, I think, as kind of a default. They throw that mid-control smoke, they smoke the window, then they usually smoke connector or catwalk, depending on which way they want to go. And that's exactly what they're doing here, although that looks like the window smoke might have missed, and it did. Meanwhile, there was an op kill that took place. I believe it was Queen who got the pick on Asaku at top middle. Shifty, Queen, and Julie are playing fairly aggressive towards middle, and Shifty got spotted running in the ladder room. Meanwhile, Svelty was able to take Queen down, who was playing window. And Julie from connector is able to get a frag on a Mitsu. So we're now down to a 3v4. Molly's going to go into the window, but nobody is home there. And Svelty is lurking back as Torka, again, just late presence coming out. A ramp or A halls. It's 2 straight rounds, I believe, or excuse me, 2 rounds of the last 3. She was able to do that, but Shifty's going to get a kill, and Kelly V's going to get a kill of her own, and now Svelty is the lone woman standing in a 1v3. Shifty has fallen out of the ladder room into the window. Svelty did spot this player earlier. I don't know if she knows that Faith is also near catwalk. She's going to be walking up the connector here. Pretty good positions. Svelty does have the bomb. So a kill on a Kelly V would give her the bomb site. It looks like she's going to walk right in the crosshairs of Shifty, and that's exactly what happens. Shifty will save the op. 4-4. Now the score. So we've seen a lot of back and forth so far. We take a quick look. 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round. And we will see another save come out for the Ts. The economy on both teams is pretty low as we take a look at the scoreboard. This save, got 2 players at 3K. This could be a swing round, but because it is an eco, there's a very good chance that CM Storm take it. That should be a window smoke based on that lineup. And the other 4 players for Melty are already in the halls at B. Looks like Fate's about to do some damage with the grenade here. Is that going to land? Oh, yes, it is. That is a lot of damage. It was an 89 damage grenade on Asaku, and it did 50 plus to Svelty. We're going to see a resmoke come in, and we should see Faith should be able to clean up here. She's going to get 1, she's going to get 2, she's going to get 3, and Shifty's going to burn her own teammate with the fire, but is going to get a kill on the Mitsu. And Torka's kind of the last player, seems to be their lurker for Team Melty, and that round will go in the books for CM Storm. I'm sure they laughed about that. It's always awkward when a teammate kills you with fire. We will see a buy up with Julia only having a Tech 9 and all the other players were able to rifle. We do see the op back on Saku, but she does not have any armor. She's taking an earlier pick at middle. There's nobody home at window room for her to spot. And Queen is holding here with an op as well. On the jungle side of connector, Mitsu's going to get taken down by Julie. Nice spray there from Julie. Take down Mitsu with the last couple bullets of that M4A1S clip. And it looks like Melty, they love to do this mid control, as Shifty's going to use the A4 to get a kill on a Saku. Saku was again the op, and Svelty's going to get a pick on a Queen, who was the op for the CTs. Svelty's going to then peek out, but Julie's going to get the kill from connector. And now it's a 2v4, 55 seconds left in the round. And Kelly V doing a good job being patient, knowing that Torka has lurked out several times and gotten a couple kills at bomb site A. Got once through the ramp that we've seen, once through the palace. And with a 4v2, the CTs can pretty much turtle up, set a couple crossfires, maybe jump spot, see if they can get some information. They don't need to do anything too aggressive here, as Julia has picked up the op and is crouch walking with the bomb, taking a peek into connector towards bomb site A. Faith is pushed up all the way B halls. This is a great position. And it looks like we're going to see Shifty's going to spot one. Shifty saw the shadow of the second one, so they know that both are there. Shifty's going to combine with Julie to finish off Torka and Julia. 6-4 now the score for CM Storm. It's probably going to be another eco round coming out for the T's. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. Yep, that looks like exactly what we'll see. And it looks like we're going to see a very, very quick play. Looks like set smokes are going to be thrown. I'm going to pull out the camera here and see where these smokes all go. Yep, we're going to see jungle smoke, triple smoke, and a smoke for close box. Usually the plant will come down in this area here. We'll see what happens, as that's exactly what we're going to see. The plant is going to try to get planted in the smoke. No players are going to be dead at this, and we're going to see a 5v5 retake. Again, this is an eco round, so Melty only has pistols to try to defend this bomb with. We'll see what the post-plant positioning looks like, as Kelly V gets a kill on his Felty, who's peeking from the default box in sight. We're going to see Saku's going to be stuck at sandwich. Kelly V is also going to dismiss of her. And Kelly V is going to go for a third with taking the kill on the Torka. And Julia's actually going to jump down from Palace to try to kill the diffuser. Not going to happen. Only one player for the CTs is going to go down, and the bomb is being defused. 7-4 now the score. Good plant for Melty. Good bump in the economy for them. They'll end up with $3,700 in the round, because they were at $2,900 for the standard bonus, and the plant gives $800 per player. That allows them to buy up here. We don't see the op go back up on Saku, but we do see a pretty healthy amount of grenades on each player. And again, this looks like it might be the exact same execute. Let's pull back and see if we can find, yes, 1, 2, 3. That smoke missed. That smoke missed. I saw this exact smoke miss in the last play. So there should be a smoke wall there, but there isn't. And Kelly V is going to punish the two close players. Mitsu's going to end up getting a trade onto her. But just like that, you see there's no smoke in the middle of the site, and that's where the damage is going to be done, as Julie was able to get a kill because of that. And that's the exact smoke, if you were watching earlier, that's the exact same smoke that Melty had missed before. And it looks like they're going to group up and see what they want to do. For whatever reason, the smoke clips this wall and lands here instead of landing here. And because of that, it's easy visibility to the ramp right there. And unfortunately for Melty, that's the same exact smoke that caused them problems against Games4u just about an hour earlier. So we do see the two Ts. Looks like they're going to try to work up ramp. They're going to spot Julie, but she ducks under the crosshair of Mitsu. Julia's going to get a response onto Julie. And now it's a 1v3. This would be a very difficult 1v3, as Julia only has 30 HP. She has a grenade and a flash to work with. And Faith is actually in CT with 10 HP, so she could get a kill there. But the two players here at jungle are going to be able to trade off each other. Queen's going to get the pick. No trade necessary. 8-4 now the score. CM Storm starting to build a little bit of distance. Their economy is incredibly strong right now. And we're going to see a force buy come out from the T's. The T's are on max bonus, so they will be receiving $3,400 at the end of every round they lose, unless they plant, from now until they either win or the half ends. So they'll have the opportunity to force buy a couple times if they want it. We're going to see this is their fast mid-control, but Julie's actually putting early pressure. Queen from over the top is going to be saving Julie's life, and Queen gets a kill on a Julia. Julie escapes with 7 HP for CM Storm. See a flashbang on a Shifty. Shifty's playing pretty aggressive here, holding an angle on the right side of the box. Saku and Svelty are the two Ts at the top or middle, and a dink is going to come into Shifty, and a grenade's going to follow it. The dink actually came through maybe a little bit of the ledge there, so it didn't do as much damage. Usually a headshot with the AK is a kill, and that was obviously not a kill. But we do see the CTs. Looks like Shifty and Julie are both in the window room right now. Let's see what they've got planned. The smoke's going to go into the window room from underneath, as Mitsu's going to smoke that out. Svelty's going to cross. Should be able to see Queen. Queen is actually going to get tagged a little bit. Actually, that only did a little bit of damage, so that might have been spammed through the wall. Now it's a 4v4, only 40 seconds left in the round. Kelly V's able to get a kill on a Torka at the site. Faith's going to get one, Queen's going to get one, and Faith gets a second. And in a span of about 3 seconds, that 4v4 went to 4v nothing. CM Storm now 9-4. And Melty might save here and maybe try to buy a little bit better on the last round. Again, they are on the $3,400 bonus. It looks like they're just going to go for rounds now. Another quick look at the scoreboard. CTs are obviously going to be able to buy out through the half. This is a big round for Melty. At the very least, they would like a bomb plant, and that'll give them a good amount of economy for the very last round of the half. Shifty's going to be spamming into B halls. Faith has done a pretty good job of holding B halls every time we've seen it. Every time GO.TV has flipped the camera over here. That grenade's going to do... Oh, no, it's actually a resmoke, a deep resmoke. Although the smoke didn't plume. What? Alright, so we got a GO.TV bug. I was like, what the heck? Did Faith just throw the world's worst decoy? But it's actually a smoke that's there, so that's the reason why the T's aren't coming through it. If I go like this, it makes more sense. And Faith is actually staying up on the balcony, holding an angle to the window. We're going to see an execute come out. Melty's going to throw some nades over, some smokes over. They're going to molly the balcony, which forces Faith to jump down. And that molly actually may have come from Shifty. That's the same molly that may have killed Faith earlier. So Shifty and Faith are going to combine for 2 kills. And now it's 5v3. They know that the players are here. They know that Melty is committed to this bomb site. Shifty's going to get one of her own. And now it's 2v4. And Shifty will go down to Torka. Torka spotted her leg or shadow there. Julia is down, but Torka is holding in the halls. All 3 of the CTs are near this bomb site. And Kelly V is going to get a nice headshot kill on the Torka. Bomb gets planted, so that's a good objective to check off the list. As Julia is going to try to run out of the smoke and try to get out of the site. Kelly V will be standing there waiting. Bomb will be defused. 10-4 will be the score in the last round of the first half. And we will see AKs come out. We won't see any of the Galils because that bomb plant gives $800 in addition to the standard loss bonus for all the Ts. Again, this is map 1 of a best of 3. The next map will be Overpass. We see the smokes come down as Julie is sitting there waiting. Julie actually gets taken down to an instant headshot kill from Mitsu, but Kelly V gets 2 of her own before she gets taken down by Torka. And now it's 3v3. Bomb is not into the site just yet. Actually, just crossed into the site. But as it crossed, Queen from the connector is going to be laying down some op shots. Takes Felty down. The bomb has been dropped, and Queen can be able to spot it from here. As Saku goes to pick it up, Queen takes her down as well, and now it's all on Torka in the palace. 1v3. It's a great grenade, does a ton of damage, and the grenade that was thrown at Torka doesn't do any damage, but that one probably will, and it does 55 damage. It's also Torka has also just been smoked out. So this should be the 11th win, barring a miracle play from Torka here, as she only has a single flashbang. She's stuck in the palace, and all 3 of the CTs are here with bomb down. Torka's behind that smoke. If I turn off the X-ray, it's probably easier to tell that. It's going to throw a flash and then run out behind it. It was able to get her onto the balcony, but that's as far as it goes. Faith takes her down 11-4 first half. An impressive CT side for CM Storm. Looks like the team's already up fairly quickly here, which is good news for us. We should be able to jump right back into it. And there we go. Right back into it. We are live. And let's see what Melty can do on the CT side. When you only take 4 rounds and a half, winning the next pistol is even more important than it normally would be. And we see only a single player with armor. I'm pretty sure this is the same thing we saw. They do a 2-1-2 with a setup at CT, and they play for retake because obviously the common strat is what we saw on their T side. You smoke this area off, you push T's into CT spawn, and it looks like that's what they're playing for. They have 2 players with kits, a bunch of grenades. We're going to see that's going to be the jungle smoke. Let's see if we also saw the stair smoke. We did not. So only jungle on the T side, and we're going to see them push in. And this is the setup that Melty wants. This is what they're positioned for. They're not going to be able to get a single kill as Kelly V and Faith are going to entry both kills towards CT. But Svelty and Julia are going to get 2 kills of their own in response. And this is an eerily similar pistol round of what we saw on the other half of the map. As Kelly V is actually going to run through the smoke. Shifty got one, Julia got one, and Kelly V went through the smoke to get a kill on a Julia. And that is another pistol round in favor of CM Storm. They actually didn't win the first pistol, but that was basically the exact same execute. The only difference was when Melty ran it, there was a smoke on this balcony and a smoke at jungle. When we just saw CM Storm run it, they only smoked jungle. And then they actually had the late smoke for CT, which is a nice little touch. That I think it was Kelly V that used that smoke to go through and then come behind that last CT. You see that that flash took an interesting bounce off the barrel. That's some CSGO physics for you. We will see only one player with a helmet, and that is Felty. We did see Melty did have some very impressive pistols, though, especially Saku, who, as I said her name, I totally jinxed that. She goes down. Kelly V, meanwhile, is going to smoke up Catwalk, and it looks like they're going to run up Connector. Felty in the Connector is going to get one. Torka on the other side of it is not going to be able to take any before Julie takes her down. And now it's Mitsu who's going to take a shot, and very nicely done on the Julie. Very nice PG-50 kill there. Is able to grab that AK, and let's see if she tries to save it or if she's going to go see if she can make a play here. She's going to try to make a play. Fate's going to have nothing of it. Going to get the P90 kill, recover the AK. 13-4 now the score for CM Storm. And Julia was apparently scared that round, so I don't know if this is an R-rated stream, so I can't read one of those words there, but she apparently got scared in that round, and we'll see a full save -1 PG-50 for Melty this round. Take a quick look at the scoreboard, see the economy. You know, it's really interesting. I've seen it across both BO3 so far today, as Queen gets a frag and Faith and Queen combine for another. The teams are very, very symmetrical in the way they play. Like, we see one team have a certain setup, and then we see the other team, when they're on that half, have the exact same setup, and it's been very interesting to see how close and familiar these teams play in terms of their actual style. So it looks like we're going to see the bomb go up Catwalk. Saku is here at what we call E-Box. I'm not sure what other teams call it, to the left, and Mitsu's in the kitchen. She's actually going to land a headshot on a Kelly V, but Kelly V's going to take her down before she dies. However, Mitsu runs out of the kitchen, takes down Shifty. Kelly V's going to get a response there on a Mitsu. Julie's going to get the kill on a Torka. 14-4, and this is an all-in round if you're a Melty fan. If you want to win map 1, you need to turn it around right now. And we will see 4 AKs and a Galil for CM Storm. We're going to see only one AWP, it's pretty standard, and 4 M4s for Melty. They did a really good job of moving the AWP around on this map, and this round it looks like Saku is on top of the ticket. Bomb site A, she's got 2 players supporting her, 1 close ramp, 1 close to Palace, and the other 2 players in Julia. And it looks like Julia is actually going to see some action here. She actually spotted the bomb. I don't know if she saw the player drop down. But she's going to get one. The fire's going to take her out, but Felty will respond on a Faith. They have the bomb down, and the other 3 Ts are all running up Catwalk right now. GO.TV doesn't want us to watch this, but we're gonna take control of it anyway. Felty's going to see one, not be able to take her down. Julie's going to get that kill. The bomb is being planted. It's actually being planted for Catwalk, but none of the Ts are at Catwalk right now. And Torka's actually up here in the kitchen. This is a 3v3 retake. We see 2 players that have kits. And Julie and Shifty are holding close to the site. The 3rd player actually went towards Catwalk, and that was Kelly V, but she eventually gets dropped. And so Shifty's going to take a lot of damage, but is going to end up with the frag and a Torka. And this should be somewhat doable. If Mitsu gets that kill, which she just did, she has a chance at this. I don't know if she knows this last player is at the bench. She does, because she's spamming it. She gets the kill. I don't know if she's got this. Just 2 seconds shy. A little bit late on that last kill. If that spam would have hit in the first few bullets, it could have been the round that Melty needed. But this is looking pretty grim right now. CM Storm now up 15-4 and looking to finish off map 1 in convincing fashion. CTs are going to buy everything they can, which ends up being 2 pistols, a FAMAS, a Scout, and 1 M4, which was on Mitsu the round prior. And we saw Mitsu do good work with it, so this is a good player to have the M4 on. And we'll see the T's taking early challenges at middle. Again, this looks so familiar to what we saw Melty do with the mid control. They smoke 2 things, either connector and window or cat and window. They try to go there. They're trying to go up cat. Felty's actually going to get one, and Julie ran right past So instead of getting a trade frag after Shifty went down, Svelty ends up with a 2K on the round. It looks like we're seeing the B aggression again. Svelty's going to go for a 3rd kill of the round, taking out Faith, who had dropped down, and Svelty's working on an ace. That's a 4th kill for Svelty. Kelly V is the only terrorist remaining. She has an op, and it looks like she might just try to save it. There's still 1 minute left in the round. The economy for the CTs is pretty poor. I'd be surprised if they decide to chase with more than maybe a player, as Kelly V is all the way at A Palace with the op. And she's going to try to save the next 40 seconds. And all 5 of the CTs are within just a few seconds of the bomb site with the bomb in view. So they know that there's a very, very, very unlikely chance that at this point Kelly V is going to go for this. And we know that Kelly V will be saving. So 15-5 will be the score. It's good news for the CTs. They were able to pick up all those guns, so they won't have too much to rebuy next round, just a couple grenades. And that's what they need. If they're going to turn this around, it has to happen here. Two seconds left. Kelly V successfully saves the op. Take a look at the scoreboard to see what the T economy looks like. So we see it's somewhat low. Kelly V saving that will allow her to actually drop an AK to a teammate if they decide to buy off of this. But they're just gonna eco. So they're gonna let Kelly V try to work a pick. She has a great spawn for A ramp, and it looks like that's what she's gonna take. She actually might be able to. Who is this player? Torka. Nope, the grenade's gonna slow it down. Actually, Torka's still there to get picked, and the shot lands, but it goes through the box, and Kelly V's gonna go down. So a little bit unfortunate. Just a pixel or two across. Could have hit the player without going through the box. We do see the other 4Ts look like they're full committing to bomb site A here. And that flash was a beautiful flash by Mitsu. He's going to end up turning into 2 kills. Queen, meanwhile, is able to find 2 kills of her own and is in the site. The bomb is actually on the other side, so Svelty and a teammate are spamming at the triple box. Meanwhile, Julia is able to get a backstab coming from CT. And now Shifty was able to find the op at the ramp and is probably going to get one if we see a peek here at the stairs. Shifty is just going to hold here. Not sure if she'll end up falling back. It looks like that's what she's going to decide to do. Now she might relocate to the palace to try to work a pick, or she might just stay at the ramp. I actually thought for a second she might try to save the op again. They're only on $1,900 bonus. But she's actually behind the smoke. She's going to switch back to the op and see if she can find someone. She actually saw Julia at the firebox. She can spam that. That shot was just a little bit too high. And actually, Saku's just going to say, I'm sick of waiting. Going to jump across from over the sandwich to the Tetris boxes and able to get that kill. 15-6 now the score. And Shifty is the lowest player economy right now. But we will see a buy. We'll probably see Shifty maybe with a Tech 9. That's what we will end up seeing. And CTs again, full buy, starting to really build the economy a little bit. See 2 players over $5,000. And not going to matter too much because they can't lose a round, but they also want to be able to buy good weapons to defend each round that they have from now until the end of this map. So you see Julia here just jump spotting at B. The bomb is actually heading in their direction. This looks like we're going to see a fake. We see 3 players setting up for what looks like smokes at A. And then the bomb is actually here at B. Yep, we're going to see a fake. And it worked. It worked to absolute perfection. All the players in B are actually leaving. Julia is actually going to hold here. Okay, so Julia is holding here at the kitchen window room. And is going to see one and is actually going to punish Kelly V immediately. That wasn't the player with the bomb. But the CTs likely know that this is a fake as they've killed 2 of the 3 players. And Fate's going to get a kill on a Julia. So now they have the bomb site. The fake worked, but not well enough. Bomb will go down. We'll see a 2v3 post plant. And we're going to see 2 players immediately out the kitchen door. Svelty's going to get one. And Mitsu coming up fast from Catwalk's going to take down the other. I actually thought that was brilliant in its execution. I think the B players were just a tad bit too slow. It's 15-7. Melty's keeping the comeback dream alive. And we might see another save come out for CM Storm. They've seemed to prefer saving to what I would say melty, and what I saw of Games4u, they preferred to buy. They had some really weird buys that they made work. Looks like CM Storm's going to play a little bit conservative, and they're going to save one more round. So they are on $2,900 bonus for this round, assuming no bomb plant. And it looks like they're going to group up towards A. And let's see if we see the same execute we've seen before from melty. It's pretty standard. I think most teams have this in their playbook. And there's several different variations. There's a couple where you try to just smoke and plant. There's a couple where you smoke wall one side of the site and you try to get to the other. I can't tell based on where they're lining up which one is theirs, but we do see 3 smokes. We see a stairs, a jungle, and a CT. Looks like they're just going to try to get up and try to get close enough to the site to get kills. As we see Torka gets a kill. A little bit of GO.TV lag there. Torka ends up with 2 kills, but gets flanked around. Queen has done a tremendous job of getting in the site so far this match. That's 3 kills for Queen. And I don't know how she's been able to do this, but that's several times now we've seen her end up getting kills by running into the site and surprising people. I think she thinks she picked up the bomb, but she didn't. Yeah, she's running to be like she has the bomb. She actually didn't have the bomb, but Julie's going to get the kill anyway. And 15-8 now the score. A lot of money in the bank. CM Storm did just save. And again, 2,900 is what they got for that round. They'll get 3,400. They can't close it out in this round. And it looks like bomb is going immediately towards B. We see 2 players towards B. 2 players look like they're going to go mid-control smoke, probably a window smoke, maybe a connector smoke, and this might be a B split. It's a fairly quick pace, too. And Mitsu's going to spot feet over the top of that smoke. Not going to be able to get the kill, but does a lot of damage to Julie. And Julia of Team Melty just took a grenade down to 66 HP. And Julie's going to get the entry on Asfelti, and Kelly V is going to get the entry onto Julia. So just like that, the site is now taken. Shifty is going to kill one of the rotators in Mitsu. It's now 5v2. Bomb has been planted, and this might be the end of map 1. Saku's just going to lob a little flash into the kitchen area. Trying to retake this site with an AWP when everything is smoked off is so challenging. Molly might be able to do a little bit of damage to Julie. Torka's going to have to be the one that makes a play here. Torka's actually being held by one of the people just waiting for the rotate. Queen's going to get that kill. 16-6 will be the first map final score in favor of CM Storm Female. Again, second map I'm being told is Inferno, and this usually there's about a minute or 2 delay between when it connects me into the next map because of GO.TV. So I'm going to catch up on chat and see what you guys got going. Yeah, hello, Mr. Codfish. That is me. You were correct. Yeah, that's all technicalities, what you define the word pro as, so won't jump in on that. But it's a good match so far. We are still in GO.TV again. There's usually a 2-3 minute delay between the maps. So we're going to wait a few seconds before we jump in. I hope female CS takes off in the next few years. I think it will. I think eSports in general is probably going to do that. And the female tournaments now have some structure around them in terms of coverage and casting and all that stuff. So I think, yeah, you'll certainly see that occur. And any feedback you guys have for the stream, if the quality's not good, if I suck at casting, anything along those lines, please feel free to share. Always value that input. And I promise it won't hurt my feelings. Looks like we are still waiting on GO.TV to switch maps. I'm going to mute out, put on some music for you guys, and I will be back in just a moment. Looks like we are waiting just a few more seconds before people ready up. We do have most of the players in the server, including one of the coaches. I actually didn't notice if CM Storm had a coach, but I did notice in the previous match we did see a coach for both Games4u and for Melty, which I think is pretty interesting to note. They had to mute back out. We'll wait a few more minutes and should be getting underway in map 2.
Terrorists win.
Alright, so it looks like we should be going live here in a second, and Shifty may or may not still be drunk, which,
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
Huh. I don't know what I just said there. That woke up my Amazon Echo. That was awkward. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Excuse me, waiter. This coffee tastes like mud. Yes, sir. It's fresh ground.
That was terrible. That was terrible. I guess they're waiting on the admin to get off of one of the teams, and then we should be going live. We do see Sephi is, I believe, the coach for Melty. Seen her in the other BO3 as well. The Amazon Echo is a standalone device. It looks like a huge boom microphone. I would describe it as Google Voice or Siri in a standalone device. It plays music from Amazon Prime music stations. It plays, it tells you the weather, the news. You can ask it questions. It'll tell you like how many ounces are in a gallon and liters in a blah blah blah. It also helps you. You can reorder things from Amazon on it as well. It's pretty interesting. It's a bit of a nerd gadget, but I've actually enjoyed it. Usually when I have it next to me when I stream, I'll have it play music or tell terrible jokes like that one. It does look like we are finally underway in the knife round, so I'll stop talking about my Amazon Echo and we'll start watching some stab action. Oh, this is a sweep. Looks like we might see Melty. Oh god. Oh, look at this. Somebody thought they were gonna get a flank. Did not happen. So I imagine we're going to see Melty start CT side, as it is Inferno.
Counter-terrorists win.
And that is what will happen. So Melty will start CT side. They are down 1-0 as CM Storm won 16-6. Pretty impressive fashion on Mirage. Alright, looks like we'll be getting right into it. Both teams are ready. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh, they haven't selected the team yet. Okay. They have to select. So the bot is ignoring their commands. We might have a brief pause here. So the bot actually thought the wrong team won. And so apparently the e-bot is throwing for skins in this match. The e-bot clearly bet on CM Storm and decided it wanted CM Storm to play CT side first. Julie said the bot is her boyfriend. And we're gonna have to relive. So there might be a couple minute delay here. That was pretty awkward. E-bot, when it works, great. It's awesome. And when it doesn't work, it's very, very funny. And so we're probably going to have a couple map changes like just like we have between maps on regular match things. It's probably gonna be a 2-3 minute delay here. So I'm gonna actually mute my mic because I'm gonna read my phone. And when I read my phone and my mic isn't muted, it sounds like I'm breathing into the mic, and nobody wants to listen to that. So I will mute out, and we should be getting live here in a second once they square away the map change. All right, we're back. I just had to type please Gaben, please, and then it switched to the correct map, and then we're back in the server. Looks like they skipped the knife round. They got the teams on the right side. Admin was able to lock that down, and away we go. That is one long line, Kim. Kim, that is a very long line. And let's see what we got. So we're going to see, again, only one player who is named Ivan. I feel like this is a troll. Ivan gets a headshot on a Julie. Ivan is not the real player name. I thought it was a bot. So Ivan's going to open up the round and send me into a tizzy. Looks like we're going to see CM Storm's doing like a B split. So they actually ran up A, ran through Arch, and they're going to try to get over to bomb site B. Kikito, another name that seems to be troll, is actually going to go down to Kelly V, who is not trolling me with her name. Thank you, Kelly. Looks like they are going to get into the bomb site. There was a player on the other side of that smoke, but I don't know if they realized that. And Kelly V is going to plant the bomb behind the fountain. But 4 of the CTs do remain. We do have a kit on Saku. Shifty's going to take down Torka. And post-plant, we're going to see one player at second oranges. We see Kelly V at the emo boxes, not tucked in the emo. Shifty's doing work, going to get another kill. This one on to Saku, who was the kit. Bates playing in the dark spot there is actually going to only get one because Mitsu was actually the one who killed her teammate in Julia. And first round goes the way of CM Storm. That was an interesting strat. I didn't see where that first player got killed because I was laughing because the name of the player was Ivan. But I don't know if they came out and they were trying to go there. We saw 3 players go through archway to B, and it's usually common. It seems to happen a lot. The teams will put 1 or 2 banana, have them just pull attention, and then fall off late. Wait for the CTs, wait for the Ts to get up close mid, and then they kind of re-aggress, and it prevents Kikito from doing what happened before, where she actually came back to challenge at Speedway. But it ended up being a successful round for CM Storm anyway. We're going to see an eco with armor on most of the players for Melty. We see mostly rifles on CM Storm, with the exception of Faith, who has the P90 that she also had on the first map of this BO3. We're not really seeing any heavy number stack. We're seeing 2 players stacked left side here, where one's going to probably bait for the other. Let's see if the T's are wise enough to clear it. Looks like one of them is, and that was Faith. Meanwhile, Mitsu's going to take down Julie before Shifty responds onto her, and just like that, we're now in a 1v4 where Julia is the lone woman remaining. She's actually all the way at bomb site B, so she has a 5-7 and armor with a smoke. Good chance that we're going to see her try to save this. So it should be a 2-0 for CM Storm. It's a good start to the T side of Inferno for them. Bomb ticks away. Does not look like any of the T's are going to chase.
Terrorists win.
And we're going to see probably a full save come out with the exception of whatever Julia saved in the round prior. And that's what we will see. And this time it does look like we're going to see a heavy number stack. Looks like 4 players at A, 2 to the arch side, and maybe 2 to porch. It's a pretty good setup for CT Eco. Julia, with the armor and the 5-7 that she had saved last round, is actually going to be playing solo here. He's going to eat that grenade, but does get a headshot off on a Faith, taking Faith down to 20 HP. And Julia actually just jumps up on the ledge here with a smoke. And the T's have actually, it looks like she may have flushed them back into the stack, which is a very, very good thing for Melty. Saku's going to sit here, take some early aggression. Actually landed a couple shots there, but Kelly V's going to get 1, Kelly V's going to get 2. Mitsu from the other side of middle is going to respond with a kill. And Torka tried to push through the smoke. Saw the bomb down there, so the CTs definitely know the bomb is there and the rotate is on, but was not able to get the kill. And it actually looks like CM Storm's going to be running directly at Julia, who is playing bomb site B by herself. She's going to take down 1 and is going to cross to the other side of construction, so they know that she's there. And it looks like they're just going to fall off, go right back to A. I like this play. It's safe. You've got more than enough time with 30 seconds left in the round. There's no risk. You've got a couple players a little bit low in HP. And the 5-7 in this game is really good. So I like this play by CM Storm. And we're going to see Julia is going to grab Kelly's strap-on. It's the name of that AK. And she's going to save it. So we're just going to let that one sit for a minute. We will see another save come out from Julia in the round. And it'll be 3-0 CM Storm. And what we did see on Cash in the earlier BO3, Melty's CT side on Cash was locked down. And this is, Inferno is certainly a map that lends itself to CTs having an incredibly strong half. Based on what we saw in that first map, it looks like, I would say Melty's probably going to have to get 10 or 11 rounds to feel comfortable with putting this onto the third map. Third map, if you're just tuning in, I believe is Overpass as the decider if necessary. Melty is down 1-0 in this best of 3. It looks like we're going to see kind of a default from CM Storm. 2 up banana for banana control early, 2 towards halls to try to get halls control, 1 holding Mexi Pit spotting middle. Pretty standard setup. And it looks pretty standard for the CTs as well this round. We see 2 players on the arch side of middle. 1 player, it looks like at pit near the truck, just looking at the mini-map in the top left. Already burned about 45 seconds of the round. And Julia definitely has a one-way smoke that she throws from here because she's jumped into the spot and lined up that crosshair a couple times, and she may need to use it because it does look like the T's are about to come up banana and into the site. Re-smoke's going to come out. It's going to delay it a little bit further. Now down to only 45 seconds left in the round. And here comes, this is the one-way smoke that Julia's going to throw. She's going to get 1. She's going to get 2. She's going to get 3. She's almost going to get a 4th. Beautifully done by Julia there. And it's interesting that none of the T's knew that she was there. But meanwhile, Shifty's going to get a plant in the smoke. Kikito is actually stuck at first oranges and is going to go down. Unable to land any of the shots on the planter of Shifty, who planted it literally right in front of Kikito. And it looks like a solid retake should be possible here, but Faith is actually going to get a little bit aggressive. It's going to take down Torka, Saku with an AWP, and Mitsu coming from Banana with an M4. The last two players, last chance here, and Shifty with only a little bit of HP is going to get one. Saku's going to hit a nice shot, does not have a kit, and this round is already lost. So Saku will get the second kill, but will die to the bomb. 4-0 now the score of CM Storm. And that looked so good early for Melty. Julia with 3 huge kills to immediately crush that initial 5-player push. But unfortunately, Kikito was not able to find the frag through the smoke and kind of gave away her position and got punished for it by Shifty, who ended up coming up huge in the late round with only a handful of HP. So we're going to see another save come out, and again, it looks... Actually, no, we see 3 players stacking towards B, and we're going to see only 2 players at A at the start of the round. Looks again like a default setup coming out of CM Storm. They only have 1 Molotov, which is interesting. Usually on the Antica rounds, especially on this map, the Molotovs are just invaluable. You can molly out almost every spot on the map, and it's really helpful to avoid falling into a trap of 3 or 4 players stacked in a certain area. But it looks like 4 of the T's are actually committing up middle right now. And looks like Kelly V is leading the way. She's actually going to take some damage from Saku, who's playing at the Moto corner. And again, it looks like the T's are actually splitting towards B. It looks like they've got 1 player coming up Banana, and we've got a bunch of players running down Speedway. Kikito takes down one of them. Kikito takes down a second. Kikito does a ton of damage, not able to get the third, but does enough damage that this should be doable. Julia's going to take down one of her own, make that 2. And now it's Julie left in a 1v3. Julie's going to take the first kill on a Saku. Bomb is down on its way to B. Mitsu only has a P250 here. But Julia was able to find an AK, and Julia does have armor, so this is looking very good. At least early here in this 1v2. There's only 20 seconds left in the round. And Mitsu's actually running away. Julie is going to take down Julia, and Mitsu literally ran all the way down Banana and is now coming back. So I'm not sure if she went to go get a gun or if they didn't feel that they had... Maybe they thought the bomb was down somewhere else, but that's unfortunate because playing the 1v2 with 2 1v1s is no bueno. So it looks like Mitsu's going to be 1v1 against Julie. Julie does enough damage early. She's going to peek out. Mitsu's going to get the kill, but does she have the time? I think she does have the time for this defuse. Does not have a kit. It's going to be close. But she does have it. So she should be able to salvage a gun out of this round. A nice eco for Melty. They really needed that to happen. They needed it to happen just now when it did. Got a little bit too intense coming out of a 1v3 there. But they were able to secure the round. And we will see full buy come out. So we do see the AWP back up on Saku. We do see all the players with M4s or AKs on the CT side. Only a single Galil on the T side. And again, only a single molly picked up by Faith. And it gets used immediately to try to get control of Banana early. CTs on Banana side are actually playing aggressive. Meanwhile, Julie's going to take down Saku with a headshot. Saku was playing close, kind of peeking towards alt mid, and got punished immediately. Very nicely done by Julie. And that deep smoke means that they might not know people are this close. They may not be aware that Shifty is right here. Julia sitting literally crouched in the crosshair of Shifty, who's just going to step out. Easy kill for Shifty. And the other CT had actually rotated off and is now trying desperately to get back to the site in time. 2 players for the T's are already up. 2 more coming behind with the bomb, and we've got 1 player lurking. So Kikito needs to make a big stand here. Is unfortunately only able to get 1. And just like that, it's now a 4v1. 3 players are already here. 1 player is already holding middle on the flank. And that's kind of where we see Mitsu, who will be trying to save this AK. I think the T's may not hunt on this just because their economy is so low, but it wouldn't surprise me if they sent 1 to go find this gun. So we take a look at the score and the economy of both teams. We'll probably... I'm trying to remember. I think Melty was one that they love to force and buy. So they'll have 1 gun saved with a player able to drop 1 or 2. They're going to be getting 1,400 bonus for this round, so they'll have a player at 3,700, which can FAMAS. There's a chance we're going to see a kind of a mixed force buy from Melty on this round. We'll see how they decide to play it. And yep, we're going to see the FAMAS on the 3,700 player. We'll see a couple other guns dropped, and that's exactly what we're going to see. They're going to buy up. This is kind of what they tended to do on the other maps. This is one of those things when you're watching demos that you can pick off a trend of teams. This is a trend that I've picked up in just one BO3 of Melties. They love to force buy, and that means that they may not be playing some of those like really crazy eco stacks, and if you do enough damage on the gun rounds to force them to have mixed buy, you can break their economy pretty frequently. So we see Torko's tuck left side. We see the same standard default that CM Storm's had success with so far. Fate's going to take down Kikido, but not before taking quite a bit of damage. Julia left on only 1 HP as Saku's going to run around the corner into a headshot from Julie. And Shifty will find Julia back at New Box for another frag in the favor of CM Storm. And they have full control of bomb site B now. They're actually going to do that. They seem to really love coming through the archway going towards B. And they're actually going to send a couple players that way. Kelly V is going to post up and CT spawn with an op. Mitsu is going to spot one, going to take Julie down, but now her location has been discovered. And the T's look like they are hunting this time. So bomb has been planted in B. Mitsu's trying to get out of here. Try to keep the AK and her life. She's about to run into Faith. She's able to get the kill onto her. She's being shot at and chased by Shifty. She's able to get another kill on a Shifty. It's 3K so far on the round for Mitsu. Even if she gets these next 2 kills, it's not going to do too much as their team really needs some round wins, being down 6-1. And we're going to see Mitsu will eventually go down to Queen. 6-1 is the score. And we're going to probably see a save now come out of Melty. It's one of those things when teams like to force buy like that. If they don't come up huge in those rounds, they're going to save, and you'll find that you have a lot of poor buys, right? A lot of FAMASas, a lot of low opportunity rounds, followed by ecos, which are generally even less from an opportunity to win standpoint. Faith loves to throw that early Molotov up to get control of the car. It seems to have been working really well for them. Kikido is peeking pretty aggressively here in the corner. So we're going to see nades go in towards the sandbag, clear that out. It's a pretty standard setup out of the CTs, and again, it's the same default that CM Storm has been running all half. 2 up banana for early banana control, 2 towards alt mid to halls to try to get control of halls if that's what they decide that they're running. This round it looks like they're actually up middle, trying to get bracket control with 1 player supporting from Mexican Pit. And the 2 Ts are actually up. Go T is probably going to switch over, yep, just as I said that. Mitsu's going to actually take down Julie, but Queen is going to get a response, and she's actually going to run right back down middle. So the CT should know that this is going to be. Faith is actually going to get a kill on a Julia at bomb site B. And Kikido would do well to just stay alive here. Just going to take a little bit of damage early. And eventually Kikido will go down to Shifty, kind of cleared out the construction area. Torka is going to shoot, going to get 1, and going to combine with Saku to get 2. And now it's a 2v2 retake. Unfortunately, both CTs are low, and if that grenade had gone to the left, it would have probably been a double Kobe. But it wasn't. There's actually a Molotov on Torka. She's going to molly out Kelly. She's going to get Kelly, but then she's eventually going to go down to Queen. So Queen coming up big in a very brief 1v1 there. 7-1 now the score, and CM Storm looks like they're going to be putting this away in just 2 maps. Curious, I don't know what the fandom of each of these teams are. If you wanted to see Melty win this BO3, can you please type Melty in chat? If you wanted to see CM Storm win, type CM Storm or just CM. And if you're just here because you think the caster is incredibly good looking, you can just type 1 in chat. So we will see this round. Again, the smoke's up. They love to go left side middle. The player on the porch is actually a good way to counter this, but Torka's unable to get a kill. Saku will finish off the kill that the Torka was not able to get. And Mitsu's going to come back behind through porch. So early bracket aggression is going to pull one of the rotates back towards A. And now we have 2 players at B. 3 of the T's are actually grouped up here. And so in a 4v4, we see 2-2. 2 players A, 2 players B for the CTs. And it looks like they're going to be committing here. 40 seconds left in the round. Kiko's going to throw a flash behind her, and is going to swing out wide with it. Is not going to be able to take down Faith, but does actually get a kill on a Julie. Faith's the one that responds on it. And they're going to clear the oranges. Julia's going to get 1 before she goes down. And again, we're in a 2v2. Both of the players from A have actually been able to rotate safely. And the reason this is important is one of the T's is actually flanking. If you see, Kelly V is on a fast flank. Shifty's sitting here just waiting. There's only 15 seconds left. But I think that Shifty's waited long enough for Kelly to get in position. Unfortunately, Kelly is going to go down as Mitsu saw that coming a mile away. And the bomb will get planted. Nope, will not get planted. Just at the very end of the animation, Saku gets a kill on a shifty. So there is the second round for Melty. There's just a whole bunch of ones in chat. All right, so appreciate all of you guys for watching. Shifty said YOLO with a smiley face. You need a little bit of YOLO every now and then. We're going to see a save come out from CM Storm. And what's interesting is that usually means the rounds have been pretty close, and they actually haven't. So 2 players lived, 1 player lived, no players lived. Usually has to save, and they're standing on the flames. Kikito's going to get 1, Julia is going to get, Kikito gets 2, and Julia gets 1. And the last 2 players are both low in HP. It should be a pretty quick ending, as we already have Mitsu on the flank. Oh, nice peek by Mitsu's going to take down Julie. Shifty, all that remains. Mitsu's going to finish that off. So 2 kills for Mitsu, 2 kills for Kikito on that round. 3 now. 3 rounds for Melty. And CM Storm, they could have probably forced on that round. But if you notice, like I mentioned before, when you're watching a demo or you're trying to scout a team, these are the tendencies you pick up on. CM Storm tends to prefer to play fairly conservative. They, like you saw the round prior, they like to wait, right? They have somebody flanking, so they're, instead of planning and letting them try to solo, they're going to wait. If there's a chance that they could force by, they're probably going to save, which is a little bit of the opposite of what we've seen out of Melty so far, in both respects. We see Mitsu back up on the porch balcony, dodging flashes, which usually means that she'll have a supporting player there. And she does in Saku, who actually just ran back to the truck as I said that. See Queen starting to clear out the halls. Does appear that there is some aggression coming middle. The players at B are actually falling off, which we haven't really seen them do so far. So this tells me that it's probably going to go back towards A. We're going to see a smoke on the left side now, which is different. And Mitsu's going to get 1. Mitsu's going to get 2. 2 kills, a kill on a Julie and a kill on a Kelly V from on top of the porch. Bomb is still committed towards A. We do see one of the T's on the overlay is actually right there where Sako just got the kill on the Queen, and now it's a 2v5. So Melty's starting to come alive a little bit late in this half. There's only 30 seconds left in the round. It is now a 5v2. It looks like both players are going to try to make something happen at bomb site B. And Shifty's actually going to get 1. Kikito's not going to be able to get the other. And the rotate's going to be a little bit delayed because the other 3 CTs had stayed in A the entire time. We'll see Shifty in a 1v3. Decent opportunity to make this happen depending on the timing of the CTs here. 100 HP, an AK, and a Dream. Grenade's not going to do any damage. Sitting on the other side of construction. The player from Banana is there. All 3 players are going up from the main side. None of them have come through construction. Mitsu's going to get a headshot on a 1. They now know where this player is. And we do have kits on both of the last CTs. And so Saku playing Protector will allow Torka to survive while defusing. It's another round in the books for Melty. And again, Melty's starting to come alive a little bit. It would be nice to see an 8-7 half, give themselves a good opportunity, or at least a decent opportunity to force a map 3 here. Sorry, I didn't even realize that I had that on. It was the wrong overlay. So my apologies. You know what actually happened? I think when I typed 1 in chat, it flipped to that. So that is my apologies. Wrong overlays. Advertising the wrong people. So we're going to see another eco round come out. We're going to see a bunch of T's get dropped early, and that was a very, very quick round. 5 CTs remaining, so we should see, if I look at their economy, quick math, they should be able to buy almost every single round for the rest of this half with the economy that they have, even if it's probably a FAMAS or so in the last round. So, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize I had the webcam up. No wonder everybody was typing 1 in chat. It's a good thing I was wearing clothes. So, we're going to see, it looks like the same default, only one player is actually really far off at alt mid right now. Who is that player? Queen is sitting super far off. I guess maybe she thought that there was a fast cross and they were going to peek from window room. And we see 4 Ts now gathered up towards Banana. They've had a lot of success at this site, even if it's just getting the plant and defending with post-plant. They've had a lot of success at it, so we're going to see them. Let's see where the smokes end up landing here. This looks like a set execute to me. And the good news is they still have a player that can lurk up middle, but one of the CTs is starting to rotate. So this might be a read from Melty. So we see smokes coming over. Front side smokes and his truck smoke. But it doesn't matter because Julia and Kikito are there to defend. And they will end up getting 3 frags between them. Response from Faith late, but it looks like Julie, who tends to be the lurker, is now going to be in a 1v2. Only 15 seconds left in the round. And let's see, she might actually commit to this. Looks like she's committing this. Only 10 seconds left. She gets blinded by that flash, and she will go down eventually to Torka. So that's an execute. I've seen a bunch of teams use. I'm trying to remember which team used it first. What they do is they'll smoke off one close site, one far site, like at the grill, and they'll smoke off truck. And what they can then do is they can take an easy challenge here, and they can plant the bomb in the smoke, and then they can fall off. And that's what it looks like they were trying to do. Unfortunately for them, there was 2 CTs fighting in this lane. They weren't set up like one back fountain, one CT like is pretty common. So CT setup for Melty worked, and they've got a nice little streak going here. 6-7, it looks like we're going to see a very, very fast banana take. Trying to go through the smoke. There goes one. Julia's going to get a kill on a queen before she gets taken down by Kelly. Kikito gets one, stays alive, is able to rotate over to construction. Just needs to stay alive, wait in time for her teammates to rotate. And her teammates, the reinforcements have arrived. It looks like Faith knows that there might be one coming banana now, so she's going to be playing back towards banana. It is actually Mitsu on the flank. Meanwhile, Julie gets a kill on a Kikito, and it's now 3v3. The bomb is down, and Mitsu does see the spot the head of Faith. Very nicely done. Flash comes in just a second too late now. It's 3v2. Julie gets a kill near construction, and then eventually gets offed by Saku. Mitsu's completely blind from that flashbang. Both players have kits, but if they made this pretty quick, it would work out way better. Shifty, meanwhile, is going to get a kill and is left in a 1v1. Mitsu, again, is going to end up getting that kill and just has enough time for the defuse. So, nicely done. A little bit staggered of a retake. There was some action here, then there's a little bit of a break, there's a little bit of action there. But the trades ended up working even while delayed, and 7 rounds now for Melty. We take a quick look at the scoreboard. You can see that this was a couple rounds, they got one, a couple rounds, and they've locked it down since. If this had started just a couple rounds prior, it would be a lot better of a half for Melty. But they've got to be feeling like they've turned at least the momentum around as Saku starts the round with a pick on a Kelly V. And Saku's going to get another pick as Julie was walking up. Trying to walk up middle. We're going to see a smoke off to the porch side. And we still see 2 players. It looks like they're going right back to banana. So we see Shifty, Faith, and Queen. Actually, it looks like they've changed their minds. So they actually walked back towards banana. Queen actually threw what looked like a little bit of a fake towards A. And now it looks like they're going to come back and try to re-hit it. So Shifty's going to throw a smoke towards right side. Is going to throw a flash over the top here that should pop and blind the player that's playing near arches. Mitsu's actually going to be able to spot them through the smoke. Is not going to be able to get a kill, but it does a little bit of damage to all 3 of the players there. And Queen with 2 quick frags. Very nice frag on Torka. It's a tough angle to hit that headshot on. She made it look easy. And meanwhile, Shifty runs with the bomb the speedway and gets taken down. CM Storm loved to wrap towards B. Queen's going to get a kill before she goes down. Eventually, Julia's going to finish Queen and Faith to win the round. And I think that was 7 straight rounds for Melty. The nice comeback in that half. Let me flip back over to chat real quick. I'm a sucker for beards. We might be lovers, Seer Hunter. Monitor color or settings or whatever. If you mean like digital vibrance, I think mine's on 90%, but I have a 2 PC stream setup, so it looks a little bit more saturated than on the stream than it does on my monitor. First, the winner of the first map was CM Storm. 16-6 on Mirage is what I have in my notes here. This is map 2, and map 3, if necessary, will be Inferno. Looks like the teams are readied up super quick, and we're going to see a very fast B take from Melty. And unfortunately, oh wow, there's actually fire there, but it gets extinguished, but it doesn't matter because Julie is extinguishing the lives of the T's trying to run through before Saku with the Tech 9 gets 1. And now it's 4v2. Shifty just needs to stay alive. Shifty has 2 kills. Will eventually go down, but only 9 HP left, and this is tough for Julia to make this happen here. And Queen is just going to sit here, hold the angle. Playing smart. Oh wow, pre-fire from Julia is actually going to do a lot of damage. Took Queen down to 10 HP. But it's not going to matter. Fate's going to close that round out. So pistol round goes the way of CM Storm. And that's actually both pistols now. So that was interesting because it looked like the setup. It looked like CM Storm was totally ready for the B rush. They threw a molly on the beginning part of this choke point, but one of the T's was just like, "Oh, I've got a smoke," and just completely extinguished it. And it didn't matter because Julie was playing close and got those 2 early entries with the USP to end up ultimately probably what won them the round. Shifty ended up getting 2, I think, on the round as well, but those are a little bit further and delayed in the site when she was just trying to hold off long enough for her teammates to rotate in. We do see a couple of the T's buy armor and Tech 9s, but only 3 of them have armor, 2 of them with helmets. We see a couple a P90 and MP9 and FAMASs on the CTs here. And it looks like some early mid aggression. And see Kelly with an MP9 gets a headshot in a Kikito, and it looks like they're still going to end up, the T's look like they're still gathering in middle to come back up. So that's going to be a flash through the smoke, and now they're falling off. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be aware that Julie and Shifty are holding close banana control. Shifty gets spotted. Looks like they're going to probably run. This should be cleanup duty for Julie here. Can I get to Julie in time? There is 1. There is 2. There is 3. And Julie answers the call. I say Julie's going to clean up, and then I flip to Julie, and Julie cleans up. Words are hard sometimes, folks. It's a nice round coming in here for Julie, locking down bomb site B. Mitsu does have a P90 now and armor, but I don't think there's going to be too much that she's going to be able to do. She's taking some damage from a long-range MP9 from Kelly V. Ends up getting killed by that MP9. Now 9-8, CM Storm looking good early on the CT side. Didn't really take too many casualties on that round. Only 2 casualties on the round. I thought it might have just been 1. And we'll see a full Glock save. This might be the Glock train. Although it looks like we're going to see early 2 people up alt mid with bomb. 1 person contesting a little bit banana that gets grenaded down, combining grenades from Shifty and Julie early. It's a quick 5v4 situation. And looks like the T's are going to slow it down. Mitsu's got a Glock here. It's coming towards the end of halls, just making some noise. Julie, meanwhile, gets a headshot kill with the M4 on a Torka towards bomb site B. And that's actually where the bomb is going. So Kikito sitting here with the Glock 18 reactor. Going to see if they can make something happen. Shifty's actually going to probably go down here. Just 1 or 2 more Glock bullets. Never mind. Shifty getting support from Julie there. Each of them getting kills in the last few seconds. Julie's going to be able to finish off Kikito. And somehow Shifty survived that. So all 5 kills happening from the bomb site B players that round. Very nicely done. And if it sounds like I'm distracted, it's because I have a dog who's literally poking my hand with his toy saying, "Can you please play with this? Can you please play with this?" So if you hear a dog making noises and I sound distracted, that is the reason why. So we will see the first gun round come out. We see CM Storm holding on to the FAMASas that they've kept. They actually have, looks like a banana control setup here with a couple deep smoke. If I see this right. Yep, deep smoke, 2 mollies. And it looks like they're going to try to hold control here. We will see the boost come up on the flower pot. Meanwhile, Mitsu is going to get a headshot kill on a Faith. And the resmoke will come in. But there's a player. Queen actually managed somehow. I didn't get a chance to see that, but somehow Queen was at the bench at the start of that round. Was able to get a kill before she got taken down. And meanwhile, Saku from the boost spot is able to get a pick onto Shifty. So this is looking good, looking like a good round for Melty. They now know that Kelly V is at bomb site A, but it looks like they're actually going to go right to where both players are. Julie's going to get 1. Julie's going to get 2. Julie is not going to be able to get a 3rd. But Torka knows the last player was A. So we should see Torka knife out to bomb site B at the very least to get a plant here. And if the rotate is delayed any longer by Kelly V, this despite the health advantage Kelly has right now, the amount of time it's taking for this rotate should let Torka get in a really good post-plant position. So let's see what this ends up looking like. So it looks like it's going to be construction. Kelly V's literally going to run right past. And Torka is going to go around the other side. So let's see how Kelly wants to play this. She does have a kit, so she can take a little bit extra time. She's going to throw a flash in a CT main. She's going to tap, and she's going to stick the bomb. And that flash might do it. That flash might do it. Torka needs to peek. Torka's going to get it the last second. Very nicely done. And that worked out exactly the way it should. If the rotate's that delayed, you have a good chance for a post-plant position. Then it's going to be a little bit 50-50 with a little lean towards the T, because you tend to know where they can go to defuse. They have no idea where you are. So a very, very important round and a nice round win for melty. As we take another look at the scoreboard, we see the economy of both teams pretty low. This is one of those swing rounds in either direction. We see kind of a decent buy for the T's, a couple Galeals, but a lot of nades, and then we see only a single FAMAS and no AWP. Excuse me for CM Storm here. Seems like a pretty basic default. It's a little bit passive. There's actually a smoke. That's probably the reason why it looks passive, that Torque is kind of holding on the other side of. And they do have control of most of the control of halls, at least to the boiler part. It looks like Faith is up on the end of the hallway there in apartments. So not full apartments control or halls control. I see a flash come up middle, and it looks like they're going to be falling back towards B. So both CT players, you see Julie and Shifty there on the X-ray, are playing pretty close, and it looks like, are they going to let Shifty take first contact? Shifty will take first contact with a double dink headshot kill. He's going to step out and take another one, and it's actually going to get blind. So Kakito gets one. Julie's going to step out and support and take down Kakito, but Julia responds with a frag and a Julie, and now they're going to have bomb site B open. The difference this time is the CTs are already rotated here, so this should be very difficult for the T's to get in really good positions, and Kelly V is going to be able to take down one. Julia's going to get a kill on her, and is left in a 1v2 here. Fate's actually going to spam through the smoke and do some damage coming from Banana. Queen does not have a kit, so she's just going to tap the bomb and fake. And Faith will eventually get the kill. And we'll run over to the bomb with the kit. One thing we did see in the last BO3 is a couple times the player with the kit was the one challenging. The player without the kit was the one trying to defuse. And we saw it not work a couple of times, so it was good to see that end up panning out with the player with the kit being the one at the bomb. And this should be a save. I think we just saw a couple pistols get bought and dropped. Yep, so this will be a save. Julia's going to armor up because she did have a little bit, she had about $2,000 more than everybody else. Julia's putting in the work, saving money. And let's see what they decide to do with this. They've got two smokes and a single flash. Looks like Queen is setting up here for a pop flash. Interestingly enough, she actually left-clicked that. It actually threw it straight into the sky. I don't know if she meant to right-click that. That's kind of what it looked like, but it's not ultimately what ended up being thrown. We do see three of the T's grouped up at middle, and they're going to try to fall back. But Shifty and Julie are just relentless at bomb site B. They put a ton of pressure on. They haven't held the site every time, but they've gotten at least 3 entries, I think, every single time. Meanwhile, Queen gets two entries of her own holding near the Moto side in front of library at bomb site A. Kelly V's going to get a kill on Asaku. Only one player so far, and that was Queen after the 2 kills that she got. Oh, beautiful headshot from Julia onto Faith. Faith ran through, and then Julia was like, wait a second, I have a Tech 9. Was able to get a really quick kill there. But not going to be enough to win the round. Julie's going to close it off. We only saw, I think, 2 kills in the round, for this 2 deaths, excuse me, on the round for the CTs, despite one of them being a very, very beautiful Tech 9 kill. 12-9, Melty's going to have to do something quick. They want to put this into map 3. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is map 2 of a best of 3. We are in the lower bracket of the Ninjas in Pajamas female challenge. This is a best of 3, and again, the third map, if we get to it, will be Overpass. So that's what we are all hoping for here. Take a quick look at the scoreboard. Economy of both teams pretty low. But this is a fairly decent buy for both teams on the round. See, most of the CTs actually still have mollies, despite I think 1 or 2 being used early at bomb site B. And only a couple grenades. Only Mitsu doesn't have any grenades. But Kelly V is up top on this porch, and that's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to pull a lot of attention. Kelly's going to get one. Queen's going to combine with her to get another, and then get a frag of her own. Meanwhile, Shifty's going to run down Banana and get killed. So there is a little bit of an opening there, but the bomb is fallen on the CT side of middle. So Mitsu and Torka are going to have some work to do here. This is a 4v2. One of the CTs is low and is, I think, still on the porch, and that is Kelly. That smoke's not going to land as desired. And Torka and Julie are on opposite ends of a smoke right here. So Torka's going to find the low HP player first. It's a good start to this. He's going to jump through the smoke. So now they know that there's at least one CT there. They pick up the bomb. And Faith was actually on the box. So Mitsu's going to get a very quick entry on her. That was huge. Now it's a 1v2, but it's not going to matter. Queen's going to end up with 4K on the round, locking down that bomb site. 13-9 now the score. CM Storm slowly inching closer to winning this series. You see a whole bunch of guns being tossed around. It's very late for the CTs to get out of the spawn, but I don't think the Ts will be rushing this round, so might not end up having to pay for that. It looks like Julie's going to play close. Shifty and Julie have just had a tremendous amount of aggressive teamwork together. They've played pretty aggressive, and they've played off contact. They've played off flashes for each other. Done a really good job. Might have just cursed it. Julie's going to see if that nade will take down, and it will take down Torka. So real quick entry, about 25 seconds into the round for Julie. Gets the first frag of the round. We do see a Glock and a couple P250s, and that's pretty much all she wrote for the Ts on the round. Very, very, very minimal purchase. And that Molly's going to come out, cut off one side of the brackets at middle, and Kikita's going to be on the other side of the smoke. See, this is 3 straight, so the economy bonus will be $2,900 for Melty, unless they managed to get a bomb plant here. And it looks like Queen is set to pop flash herself out. She's actually going to swing wide and peek, and she's going to get one. Takes a lot of damage, and Saku's going to chase immediately, get another. Kelly V, however, is going to get 2 and spots the last player. She will actually go down to Mitsu with a nice P250 headshot across pretty long distance there, but Faith is standing right next to her, easily able to trade that. 14-9 now the score. We do see the AWP back up on Saku, so this is the buy that they've probably been wanting for a little bit. And this is going to be a huge, huge round because CT economy, again, still staying pretty low. They're dying, or they're giving a good bit of deaths each round. But if Melty wants to stave off this match point, they need to come up huge in this round. We're going to see 1 or 2 players, looks like towards Banana early. We do see Julie and Shifty, again, playing aggressively together. Pretty close at Banana. They have already used the Molotov. And now they're just playing the waiting game. So there's going to be the flash. Shifty will finally go down first. Julie's going to pop flash the corner and peek, but Saku's sitting there with an AWP posted on the corner, and the bomb site has been broken wide open. So let's see how quickly the CTs can get over that way. Queen is already on the way. The bomb is actually not going to get there until after Queen is in a position to spam at least across here. And actually it looks like the CTs are going to think better of it. This is beautifully done. A very, very quick just save call. A lot of teams struggle with this. My team struggles with this, but the bomb has been planted. There was 5 players still remaining. 2 of them we knew were already going to be in the site. One could have been close. And their economy, despite winning a lot of these rounds, their economy is pretty low. So huge fan of the save. Very, very good read from CM Storm. Very impressed with what I've seen from them so far. This will be 14-10, and it'll keep the dreams of Melty alive. While we're sitting here waiting for the round to end, since we've got about probably 10 seconds left on the bomb, I'm going to take a quick look at chat.
Terrorists win.
Is the Games4u Melty game on Dust 2? The player with the kit ran away from the bomb down long. Yes. Yep, that's correct, SYR Hunter. That happened twice in that match, both on Dust 2. There was one where the player with the kit was challenging tunnels. The player without the kit was defusing. And then there was one where we saw the player, I think it was actually, I can't remember who it was. It might have been somebody on Melty, was in the smoke. And as the smoke started to fade, killed the diffuser, and the other players had actually pushed towards long, thinking that's where the last one was. So the bomb ended up detonating there. So we do see, again, standard default looks pretty common for both teams, but a little bit more aggressive in the halls this round. Faith's going to get a pick on a Mitsu early. She actually had a player in Boiler pulling some attention there. Torka, meanwhile, is working up Banana, and a little bit of a change of position. We see the CTs being a little bit less aggressive, trying to hold Banana or bomb site B. And again, they haven't held the site every single time. They've given the site a bunch, but each time they've done it, it seems like they've taken 3 players with them up to that last round where they both went down with no entries. So it looks like we're going to see a smoke to the right side of middle, some flashes through. The actual brackets themselves are wide open right now. There's a player holding near Moto, player in sight, and maybe one on balcony. I can't tell where that one is on the overlay. But it's not going to matter because they're going back towards B. We're going to see what looks like a pretty set execute. And the Molly's actually going to get extinguished. The flash comes in from Shifty, who's going to get 1, going to get 2. But Torque and Kikito, real quick trades there. And now it's 2v3. The rotate's already happened. That's a good Molly. That should delay this retake here. Queen's actually going to run right through it. They're starting to spam. Let's see what grenades. There is actually a Molotov on Faith, so Faith can Molly either one of these positions. If Faith Molly's emo, there's a chance that it'll end up being a kill, and that's 100% what just happens. And it's going to end up being a kill with a rifle. Now it's all on Kikito. He's going to get 1, but Queen's going to be there to get the quick frag. The fuse will come in. Match point now. 15-10 the score for CM Storm. And this again, they have already won 1 map. So this is the end of the BO3 if CM Storm close this out. And we see the economy for the T's is going to be enough to support buying one last time. So that is the good news. The bad news is they need to win 5 straight to force overtime. And Saku is actually posted on that angle, but Queen's going to do damage and not die on that. It's just unfortunate timing. Saku's actually going to hit it again as Queen ended up re-peeking. Kikito's going to run past, and Kelly V playing so smart. He's going to let them run past. He's going to get 1. Almost gets the second. Takes Kikito down to 7 HP. I like the way that was played. Just shots needed to be landed. Fate's actually going to get 2. And Julia's finally going to get a response. Faith is actually going to cross in the pit, and Faith will go down, and now it's all on Julia's shoulders. It is now a 1v1 against Shifty, who I don't know what she's got 23 frags. So I was going to say, it feels like statistically she's played tremendous Counter-Strike, but she's going to come up short. Julia is going to win that 1v1 with a 4K on the round. Keeps the dream of Melty alive. 15-11 now the score, and we might see a save come out from CM Storm. We see some guns dropped in T-spawn. All the players for the T's will have guns, and we're going to see, again, something to note about CM Storm, that when it comes to these rounds, they tend to play conservative. They tend to save instead of force buy. Take another look at the scoreboard. They will be on 1900 for the round, so they should certainly be able to buy next, especially if they stack a few kills on or maybe save a gun. But it looks like we're going to see some early banana aggression, and there's actually 3 CTs, close to team middle. Queen has been spotted. I didn't get to see where that initial pressure came from, if it came from B or from middle. It's one of the downsides of solo casting. But we see 4 T's here. They're actually going to smoke off the banana side and see if they can get a peek onto Queen, which they will. And the 5-7 spam is being reined in from the Shifty on the other side. Faith, meanwhile, takes a peek from middle. And he's going to re-peek at middle again. It's going to take a lot of damage. Kikito should not re-peek with 2 HP. Stop peeking, and you didn't stop peeking, and you died. But we will see Shifty go down. 14 HP left on Julia. Faith is still at top middle, so they definitely know that there's at least one there. Don't know if they know that there's both players that were at A. They're going to smoke off. They're going to go for this plant here. Should be able to hold this against pistols on the retake. They just have to play smart. Good positions. They've got numbers. They can crossfire. They can trade. They just can't get singularly aggressive in any one position. Looks like Faith and Julia are going to stack this together. Faith's about to cross. Faith's going to get 1. But Torque on the other side is going to end up getting a response onto that. And now Julie's going to go 1v1 against Torque. Torque is going to win with the Galil. 15-12 now the scoreline. And are we going to see another save come out? We are. Very, very conservative call here from CM Storm. And there's a chance this could go 15-13, so the dream is still alive for Melty fans worldwide. Looks like they're going to play a pretty standard setup too. They're not going to stack or not going to aggro middle or banana like they did in the last round. They're just going to play their normal 3-2, 2 players on right side mid, 1 player near Moto, and 2 in banana. 2 in bomb site B or banana. Molotov's not going to land on anybody because both CTs are playing fairly passive. I don't think any of the Ts have scouted out the fact that the CTs are saving again. CTs are just kind of tucked right now, waiting for someone to turn a corner. And we're already 40 seconds into the round. What are we going to see here? It looks like we're going to see a smoke. I think that's the smoke that lands in Arch. And it looks like we're going to see a set execute. So sometimes this works great against pistols. Sometimes it's the worst thing you can do is give a pistol player a smoke to hide in. And Faith's going to have an opportunity here. And unfortunately for Faith, Mitsu's going to come out on top. Torka, meanwhile, gets a kill on a queen. Mitsu's going to finally get a kill on a Kelly V in the pit. Kelly V stayed alive there, even while the players were wrapping around the site. Now it's a 2v5. Shifty might as well just try to make a play here. She doesn't have any nades. She doesn't have anything really worth saving other than a USP. So taking down a gun, or maybe saving a gun, or just generally being annoying is a good use of the life here. There's really no need to stay alive unless they're going to sit on exits and try to take a gun. And Julie is actually going to peek and get found. Oh, Shifty's going to take a shot. Actually landed that shot, but it's just going to turn and run away. See if maybe she thinks she can grab the PT-50 at least. And no players coming in her direction. And will she save a PT-50? Nope, she's just going to keep the USB. It's 15-13. It's getting closer. We will finally see the buy come out. Julie is actually going to pick up the op. Shifty should have enough. Is actually going to FAMAS so that she can afford kit, nade, or kit, molly, smoke. So let's see what they decide to do here. Again, similar setup. It looks like they might be playing fairly aggressive at middle. Two of the CTs there. Now there's two left side and one in halls. And looks like they might fall back. Meanwhile, Faith is actually walking up on this smoke. That nade's going to do a lot of... it might turn the corner. Turn the corner. Was still able to do over 30 damage, however, to Mitsu. Faith is going to take a couple shots and just fall back to the end of the halls. And again, this looks like it might be the same execute. That's the pit smoke. So that'll cut off visibility from the pit. Let's take a look at what the A site looks like right now with all these smokes raining over. Oh no, the smoke missed. That could be match ending. As Julie's going to get a pick from library. There is no library smoke right now, but this ends up being a B split. I love this. Absolutely love this play here. And Queen's actually already through Speedway. And I don't know if they saw her. So she's going to get one, she's going to get two, and she might have just won them the match on this round. Shifty's going to see one get taken down by the Alpha Saku, but now it's a 2v4, and all four of the CTs are already towards the site. What we saw at Saku last time, instead of trying to plant, she liked to try to fight. She actually doesn't have the bomb right now, but she actually just got 2 kills. Bomb just got dropped. She missed that shot. And this could be the end of it, and that will be the end of it. 16-13, the final score of map 2. And that is CM Storm taking the series 2-0. So as far as I know, that is the end of the matches for tonight. Or today, depending on where you live. I don't think that there is any more. I think if I look at the bracket really quickly, looks like you're going to have CM Storm versus LGB in the lower bracket. Lower bracket semifinal, and Acer versus Games4u in the upper bracket semifinal. The loser of the match, Acer versus Games4u, will play the winner of CM Storm versus LGB, and this should all take place next Sunday, August 16th is when this should take place. I show this, the first match is starting at 12 BST, B as in Bravo. So not sure what the casting lineup is going to be. Hopefully you guys didn't. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast today. And any feedback you guys have, again, please feel free to share. Good, bad, insulting, and offensive. Either way, I'm going to give myself a couple shameless plugs in chat real quick. And you guys appreciate, again, feedback, good, bad, offensive, etc. I think that's it. So I'm just going to put on some music real quick and sit here for a minute just to make sure there's nothing else expected of me tonight. And if not, I will tear the stream down and appreciate all of you guys tuning in.
When I see you in the morning, will you still want to be true? I can't dream, I can't dream.